I'm Jane Lunnan. I'm with the Ashe County Arts Council in West Jefferson, and I've got another update on the arts in Ashe. Happy to have with me a guest for today's show, Marianne Redding. Marianne, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good morning.
Marianne is the curator at the Turchin Center for Visual Arts on the campus of ASU, right in downtown Boone. And we enticed Marianne over to West Jefferson last week to be the juror for the annual Best of the Blue Ridge Visual Art Competition and Exhibition in the Ashe Arts Center Gallery. Did you have fun?
Absolutely. It was an honor to be able to be the juror for this year's exhibition. Thank you.
Well, it was certainly a big job, wasn't it?
It was fun. There were a lot of exhibitions, a lot of, what am I trying to say?
Excellent works of art.
Yes, thank you very much. A lot of artwork that was entered in the exhibition. So it's always difficult to go into where you haven't seen anything, but you actually get to see the artwork. And that's the fun part. You're not jurying from slides. So I really appreciate you working that way and coming into the community and saying, okay, this is a show we're going to do this year.
Bring us your best. The Best in the Blue Ridge exhibit is open to artists in Ashe County and then the surrounding 5 counties, Watauga, Wilkes, Allegheny, Johnson County in Tennessee, and Grayson County in Virginia. And so we're able to attract a huge variety of artists in a variety of styles and mediums and subject matters and experience levels. Mm-hmm. So you were able to curate the show, to juror the show, and decide. We had over 100 entries, mm-hmm. and from that you narrowed it down to, I think we ended up with 58 in the show.
Good.
So tell us a little bit about the process that you go through in making the decisions.
As a juror, what I'm looking for is artistic excellence. I'm looking for attention to craft, and craft in the best sense. Do you understand your materials? Can you apply your materials? I'm also looking for the artist's ideas. Art's a language, it's a conversation, it's a narrative. How can I enter into that narrative? And is it a universal narrative that a lot of people can enter into? So all of those things, narrative, artistic excellence, and attention to craft.
And the works that are in this show definitely communicate with the viewer. Good. They tell a story, they draw you in, and it's just a dynamite show.
Good. I'm glad you like it.
Besides your responsibilities for deciding exactly what will hang in the show, what will be the Best of the Blue Ridge, you were also had the opportunity to make some award presentations.
Yes.
We're always so pleased to have Cheap Joe's Art Stuff as the corporate sponsor for this event. Cheap Joe's provides merchandise certificates totaling $1,000 for a Best in Show, first, second, and third place, and then we had 2 honorable mention winners. And boy, were they thrilled.
They were so excited.
They were really
it was
happy.
Wonderful.
Let's share the names
okay.
and the works. Starting with the honorable mentions, we had 2. One is Robert Bickerton and his small charcoal drawing called The Homestead. A small work, but lots of detail.
Wonderful charcoal and graphite. It's a really meticulously done piece, a very small piece that might normally get overlooked because there were a lot of large artworks in the exhibition, but really fine detail.
That was one of the honorable mentions. The second is by Jane Braxton, and the title of her work was White Iris.
Yes.
And it's sort of an abstract, impressionistic kind of field of flowers.
Yes, of irises, almost like a Van Gogh.
Yes.
It was really wonderful and beautifully framed. I think it's very important to pay attention to matting and framing because you want your finished artwork to be presented in the best possible way and be very professional.
Excellent points. Moving on to third place was Jake, and the artist is Beth Andrews.
Yes.
Beth chose a figurative piece of Jake, and the execution of that with her gold background was very unique presentation.
Very sort of deco, I thought, and I loved the fact that she was doing a drawing of the male body and drawing tattoos on the body, so there were images within images and lots of narrative in her piece. Wonderfully executed.
A very layered, detailed work
Yes.
that gives the viewer lots to look at. Mm-hmm. Second place is called Spring Snow, and it was by Jerry Patterson, another small piece.
Another very small piece, very beautiful, a very soft winter palette, lots of silvers and whites and a little bit of yellow coming through in the flowers. A very well done piece.
First place is called My Personal Ceremony, and that's by Adam Kahn.
He was very excited. He and his wife are expecting their second child, so he was very excited. He's a young artist, and the painting is a celebration. It's an abstract expressionist explosion of bright colors, primary colors.
And moving to Best in Show, the title is called The White Line, and it's by Marianne Prack.
Yes, and Marianne's painting, she was a sculptor for a long time before she turned to painting about 10 years ago. And her paintings are very sculptural, if that makes sense, but they're gridded and they're very abstract within a frame. So they're really sophisticated abstractions.
So the winners that we have, you can tell by the brief description, is a real broad base from abstract to landscapes to figurative drawings. I mean, there's a little bit of everything. I hadn't thought about it until we started sort of willowing it down. And it's definitely reflective of the artistic excellence of the whole show.
Yes, and I think that's an important thing to do is to encourage a lot of different kinds of artists. I think jurors have their own likes and dislikes, their own choice about artwork, but I think when you go into a community, you want to encourage as many people as possible and point out what is excellent in a variety of genre, a variety of media.
Best of the Blue Ridge certainly does that for this year. The exhibit will be up in the gallery at the Ashe Arts Center through November 17th. Folks will have lots of opportunities to see the exhibit, and they'll also have a chance to make their own vote because we do a People's Choice Award with this show. That voting is $1 a ticket, and then the proceeds of that are split between the artist and the Arts Council, and that balloting will close on October 31st. So that award will be announced on the following Monday, November 2nd. So we'll be able to hang a ribbon on one more painting in this year's Best of the Blue Ridge. Lots going on in the arts. The Best of the Blue Ridge Juried Art Competition and Exhibition is one of our very favorites. And Marianne, it's just been such a pleasure to be able to work with you, to learn from you, and to be able to share your vision of Best of the Blue Ridge with our entire community.
Well, thank you. It was an honor to be this year's juror. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Lots going on in the arts. You can check out information about this exhibit on our website. You'll be able to see images of all of the paintings in Best of the Blue Ridge on the website. That's ashcountyarts.org. You can give us a call, 336-846-2787, or better yet, just come on over to West Jefferson. Come to downtown, corner of Main Street and School Avenue, and find the Ashe Arts Center. Check out the exhibits and lots more information about the arts. Marianne, thanks for being here with me this morning.
Thank you.
Have a great art-filled day.